Welcome to another video, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't think I needed to be on screen for this one because I think the information will speak more loudly than I ever could. Before I jump in, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. The most important of these, of course, is to make sure that you share it. On screen, we have Tim Ballard. Now, this guy used to be in the CIA, then moved to the Department of Homeland Security. He spent 12 years as a special agent, fighting child crimes, child trafficking, and child exploitation, of course. He says that in 2006 was when the laws changed in favor of people fighting against these crimes. Now, that's been a while now. But once that changed, they were able to go overseas and prosecute and arrest Americans taking part in these disgusting and despicable acts. What's crazy is that the media is coming against this movie with so much venom. I just need you to see for yourself the kind of things that are being said about something which everybody should know is obvious. I did a video 6-7 months ago called America Undercover. Didn't get a lot of views. Well, it is what it is. I have a small channel. But at that time, I did it because the people coming into the border, it just seemed like a recipe for disaster. All these people are coming in. They have no documents. A lot of them have children with them. It seemed a situation that was untenable and would be exploited for the purpose of human and child trafficking. And here we have, months later, I knew nothing about this movie coming out. But at least there's somebody out there sounding the alarm. You need to pay attention.
Why is the media hating this movie?
You know, I can't understand it. The film was made, produced, written like 5 years, 6 years ago, way before anyone heard the name QAnon. I still don't even know what QAnon is. In the meantime, they're trying to connect it to some conspiracy when, in fact, like you said, this is a true story. These are real kids. I mean, these kids are my friends. They're young adults now, the ones that were rescued. They're going to come out soon and tell their story. It's going to be very awkward when the mainstream media comes after these kids next and accuses them of being part of some conspiracy when, in fact, they were rescued from a life of rape. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in the media, perhaps.
I mean, this publication says The Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brain worms, and that it fetishizes the torture of its child victims. Is that what the movie does?
It absolutely does not do that. It tells a story based in truth. And, you know, what I think is happening, Jesse, I think that the left and these media outlets, they don't want to have a discussion that this film is going to compel. A discussion about why 85,000 children showed up unaccompanied at the border and got released into the interior of a country that is the highest consuming country for child exploitation material on the planet. They don't want to talk about why these same publications are pushing an agenda to change the word pedophile to minor attracted persons in order to normalize sexual activity with children. I think that's what they're trying to avoid, and they know this film is going to shine a light on all of the things, all the atrocities happening to children, and so they have to discredit it by lying about it.
So you heard it yourself from Tim Ballard, exactly what's happening. He has actually rescued some of these children who are now young adults, and he has maintained a relationship with them. So you are going to hear for yourself all these people from the media saying that, oh, this is a conspiracy theory, it's not true, they're just trying to frighten people. I would more say the whole scare tactics that was being used post 9/11, I would say that is more of a conspiracy theory than what we have here right now. Because these are not facts that are hidden. This is something that you could check for yourself. the number of people that go missing in the country every year, or whatever state you're in. If you're just trying to figure out, is there any credence to it? It happens. We're talking about people that disappear. You have no idea what happened to them. People are trafficking organs, they're trafficking children, they're trafficking drugs, and everybody's supposed to believe now that somehow, the child trafficking, that's not true. Come on now.
The conspiratorial thinking that has led many Americans to raise awareness about child sex trafficking epidemic that simply does not exist. Tell us first of all about the conspiracy that's being pushed here.
It's become sort of a popular piece of folklore now that there is this epidemic of child sex trafficking and children vanishing in the United States, and that the government or the media is either complicit in some way or just willfully overlooking it.
We were talking actually a couple days ago about conspiracy theories that have always been with us. Lyndon Johnson killed JFK. Bill Clinton killed all these people, all of these conspiracy theories.
These films are created out of bogus statistics, and with something like Sound of Freedom, it specifically is looking at QAnon concepts of these child trafficking rings that are run by the high-level elites. Now, it's not true, but it's a very comforting and it's a very warm feeling to have.
It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail.
Epstein's death, I think we will see, was a suicide.
I've seen firsthand the suffering that trafficking causes.
And what we had it was a QAnon rally, putting their children out there with, shirts with hand-printed signs saying, "I'm not for sale." And it's a really easy way to recruit people into an organization that quickly red pills them into thinking that there are child predators everywhere they look. It's dangerous.
Take a look at what the Rolling Stones said. This is a review. They're saying The Sound of Freedom, the QAnon-tinged thriller about child trafficking, is designed to appeal to the conscience of a conspiracy-addled boomer. So why does Rolling Stone have this take?
I hope you can appreciate what you just saw for yourself and heard from some of the largest media corporations in the world. From the talking heads at some of the largest media corporations in the world. But there's more.
So I've been seeing all over TikTok that people are going to watch the movie The Sound of Freedom, and these weird things are happening, like random emergency evacuations, the air conditioning not working and having to leave the theater. And I thought, no, that's probably just something that's happening in other theaters and other places. So I took me and my daughters to go watch The Sound of Freedom today, and about an hour and 20 minutes into the movie, we get a random emergency evacuation. None of the staff knows what's going on. The mall wasn't being evacuated, just the theater. All they did was refund us our money with no explanation. But I guess you can call me a conspiracy theorist.
So my fiance and I just watched the movie Sound of Freedom that exposes sex traffickers. And do you want to tell them what happened in the movie theater?
All right, AMC, I don't know what's going on here, but first off, the AC was out, like, when we went to watch the movie, and I'd seen someone else post something, too, that also saw it at an AMC, and their AC was out, and, like, as soon as we walked into the theater, it was hot as heck.
I literally brought a sweatshirt, and I was, like, sweating.
And then we realized, like, it took us a while to actually realize it, but they didn't turn the lights off.
They literally had the lights on.
They kept the lights on the entire movie.
Who does that?
Like,
they don't want you to see this movie.
They were trying to make it, like, not enjoyable.
No.
Like, they were trying to make it unenjoyable.
What do they think? We're just going to be like, oh, the lights are on, we're going to leave. Like, no. Go watch Sound of Freedom in theaters now.
With our projector, we had to wait for it to download the movie. It's going to be about 30 minutes. Everyone in here is going to get a free film pass. If you want to leave, that's understandable. I'll go do a refund. I can help you. But for now, we're going to have to wait for the movie to download.
Can you change it to another theater?
I don't think so. This is the only one that has it for tonight.
So how do we get the free pass?
You can just come to us and the concessions or the gelato. If you want to leave, we can help you. If you want to refund, we have to do everything. It's gonna have to wait for 30 minutes, then we're gonna fast forward the trailers and then we'll start it.
Can we get the free pass after the movie?
Yes, you can get it after the movie, yes.
I bet.
After everybody here get a free pass, even if you're not leaving or if you get a refund, I don't care.
Okay. Cool, appreciate it. So then you want to go?
Tried going to see Sound of Freedom, and this happened. No one left until they played the movie. They tried to give us free tickets if we left.
This is what happens when Red and I decide to go to the movies. 3 big dudes in our theater, in ours. We have no clue what they were. I think everyone else here. We got camera crews. We're parked in. Hey, we did at least have a good parking space. We were like front row.
You saw that for yourself. You have these large media corporations with their talking heads coming out and saying, oh, this is conspiracy theory. Didn't happen, doesn't exist. Nothing to see here. Meanwhile, you have the people involved with the movie saying, listen, I have experience. I was in the field. I'm out there in these streets. I know these people that came out of these situations. How are you going to tell me it's a conspiracy theory? Now, let's be clear. If it hasn't happened to you, then you might have this laissez-faire, laid-back attitude like, oh, well, it hasn't affected me, so, big whoop. The numbers are astronomical. Astronomical. For all of them. Human trafficking, organ trafficking, drug trafficking. We're talking about billions annually. So it is big business. It's underground, it's kept secret, but it is big business that generates a lot of revenue for those involved. So yes, it is something to be concerned about. The media obviously thinks everybody's stupid, so, they can come out and say these things and you're just supposed to swallow it. You're just supposed to buy it. But let me put this in proper perspective. You've seen my face before. And in all honesty, if I had to choose between a bigot and a pedo, or people that are bigots, or other people are claiming that they're bigots, but then to see for myself people that are pedos telling you to your face, oh no, this doesn't exist, they're trying to red pill you into thinking that it does exist, but it's not true. I'm gonna tell you something. I'll stick with the bigots, especially those that are out open. We would all prefer not to, true enough, but are we willing to put our children at risk? Is that the road that we're going to take? Because of alleged prejudices for skin color? Come on, nobody's that stupid. Yes, we should all be able to get along, it's true. We should, even if it's just for business. But when are we going to say enough is enough and our children need to be left alone? It's like Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. Be sure to share the video. Spread the word. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.